Hello again, and for today, I gotta start off with an apology because I'm sorry that I was too sick to record yesterday. Uh, kind of thought I'd get over it, but still kind of am, unfortunately. But I've had my chicken soup. I'm back to my reusable water, so hopefully this will pass very, very soon. And despite this, I will push forward and got a Groiper Wars video tomorrow along with the regularly scheduled Star Wars video. So let's dive into the marketing of Disney Star Wars and how it's been absolute garbage. Because if you were to go back to the Star Wars original trilogy and prequel trilogy, once the first movie's out of the way, the shrouded in mystery angle of the trailers kind of disappears because people want to know or get some inkling of what the next story's going to be. And yet, for Last Jedi, for sorry, Rise of Skywalker, for Rogue One, for Solo, they have all done the same kind of Force Awakens formula that they thought made that movie $2 billion. And what that formula is to shroud the film in mystery, to not reveal what the story's about, to just show key exciting moments from the film to generate hype. And as we can see in the Rise of Skywalker, if you go around and ask your friends if they're excited, chances are you're not going to see a lot of people very much excited by the lack of knowing anything in the Rise of Skywalker trailers. And this is very part and parcel of J.J. Abrams' filmmaking repertoire, as he loves to not tell you anything before you go into the movies, because that's how they used to do it in the old days. And again, not true. They used to shroud new films in mystery, but sequels you'd know a little bit going in because you want to know what's happening next in the fucking story. And so this is kind of the key issue as to what's wrong with the marketing of the Star Wars, or the Disney films, I should say, rather than just the sequel trilogy. But as a result, what is the real reason for this? Well, there's also rumors that a lot of these movies aren't really finished by the time they need to be getting the marketing out, getting the trailers out, getting the synopsis out. And so this mystery trick is to help, give the illusion that this movie is coming, guys, and it's ready. And as we've seen from the past couple of months, there have been some really big ass Rise of Skywalker leaks. Some of them that were fielded by Doomcock that I believe are kind of tricks. Maybe there are some plants in his sources that are told by Lucasfilm to tell us that, they're not done, so that it causes a quote unquote controversy that they can look good in front of by saying that's not true. When all it does is just cause chaos, and this kind of causing chaos to drive people to see a movie that nobody gives a shit about is probably not going to work, and instead people are just going to believe the first thing they hear, as they tend to normally do on the internet. So that's going to backfire in their face. One of the third things that I've seen a lot of with the Rise of Skywalker in particular is that the actors seem very discontent with the ending of the trilogy, and it's really not good when you have actors going out and promoting your movie and they are just so fucking disinterested. This is what they call not a good look, sweaty. And yeah, this is the problem of the marketing of Star Wars right now, and I don't know what really caused this other than this is the J.J. Abrams way. But to go back into Episode 1 for a beat, Episode 1 had this similar formula of not showing anything because they were like, let's just see what works when it comes to telling people about the Phantom Menace. And people went, and it was one of the highest grossing, or I think it was the highest grossing movie of the year, but it did not beat Titanic. And as a result, people think that that's the marketing that worked. However, for Revenge of the Sith, for Attack of the Clones, they were just kind of normal trailers where they semi told you what the setup of the plot is, and then showed you cool shit, and that was pretty much it. And you don't see this a lot with the J.J. Abrams kind of thing. He did this for Star Trek. He did this for Super 8 and Cloverfield, especially because he was very into viral marketing and trying to generate buzz based on properties that don't exist. And yet, this marketing, I think, is going to backfire on Lucasfilm, this strategy, and I think they should definitely reconsider it going forward. What are the solutions to reconsider, though? It's first off, they got to admit that the brand is not in the best place right now. It's in the proverbial shitter. And as a result, they need to kind of show more. Show, a little bit of story to get people interested in the next Star Wars project. And, maybe this will happen as a result of a leadership change-up. I, for one, am thinking Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are going to be very much in charge going forward because of the success of The Mandalorian. And The Mandalorian gave an inkling of the story in that The Mandalorian was hired to do a job, which, for a bounty hunter show, that should be a given, but at the same time, it at least lets you know that, hey, this is a little bit of familiarity when it comes to Star Wars and bounty hunters. And so, in conclusion, this is probably going to be one of the shorter ones because there's not really much to say other than, marketing is garbage on these movies, and it's generating reverse hype because, cool images can only last so fucking long in the lexicon of culture. And just to give a kind of comparison, Spider-Man Far From Home was a more modern style, let's show you a little bits of the story trailer, and that had way more views at the time than the first trailer for The Rise of Skywalker, showing that, there is a genuine lack of interest in what's going on. Black Widow trailer recently came out, and that also didn't really show much story, but again has been doing better than Rise of Skywalker, especially within the first week metrics. Wonder Woman, I'm pretty sure, also did really well. Wonder Woman 1984, of course. And yeah, this is the problem of fucking modern Star Wars right now. Is that no one is really interested. And what do you need to do to generate interest? Well, first off, you need to fire fucking J.J. Abrams' marketing team and pretty much anyone who associates themselves with Bad Robot Productions, because they are not fucking good at what they do anymore. They have proven time and time again that they cannot deliver when it comes to these multi-million-dollar projects, and it really shows that there is a fundamental flaw in their thinking, in the we need to shroud everything in mystery so that people get more and more interested. And it's like, when there's nowhere to search for what you're looking for, that's when people stop looking. And so, in conclusion, to Lucasfilm, who again doesn't learn lessons at all, you better tread lightly, because who the fuck knows what's going to happen come December 20th.